Yin Shijin slept peacefully through the night and woke up to find that Prince Rui had already left for court. To her, the completion of the wedding ceremony was unimportant. All that mattered was playing her role well in this act. At Songgaling Academy, Lu Wenkai grabbed Lu Shuan's clothes upon seeing him, only for Lu Shuan to seize him in return. Gnashing his teeth in frustration, Lu Wenkai was thoroughly taught a lesson by Lu Shuan. Jin Mingshu and Liu Yunying specially congratulated Yin Shijin and Prince Rui on their marriage, presenting them with a pair of exquisitely crafted bracelets they had made themselves as a wedding gift. However, Princess Wenan did not quite trust Jin Mingshu. Yin Shijin quickly introduced her as a close childhood friend who had come this time with a request. Princess Wenan asked Jin Mingshu to investigate someone for her. It turned out the princess was troubled by her betrothal. Her family had arranged the marriage 3 years prior to a man named Zizu, who was gentle, upright, and treated her well. Everyone saw no issue, but the princess sensed something amiss. Since last year, Princess Wenan had grown increasingly suspicious, believing Zizu had fallen out of love. She refused to marry someone who did not love her. Jin Mingshu sympathized with her feelings and agreed to help, reasoning that uncovering the truth before marriage was far better than realizing it afterward. Zisu would attend the next day's wine tasting event, which Jin Mingshu was also joining. Princess Wenan arranged for them to meet there. Song Qingshao resolved to help Lu Shuan showcase his talent at the wine tasting event, aiming to elevate his reputation in the capital as a worthy match, which would also improve his relationship with Jin Mingshu. Ying San urged Lu Shuan to stop indulging Jin Mingshu's affections for others, but Lu Shuan insisted that her happiness was all that mattered. Seeing the bamboo embroidery on Song Qingshao's sleeves, Lu Shuan felt even more unsettled. Song Qingsha encouraged him to seize the day and become a sought-after suitor, but Lu Shuan's only goal was to accompany Jin Mingshu and enjoy the event. Jin Mingshu dressed radiantly that day, gaining lavish praise from both Song Qingsha and Lu Shuan. At the wine tasting venue, Song Qingsha was immediately noticed by many young ladies upon arrival, while Lu Shuan was dragged to a small shop to sample wine. Zizu's arrival sparked conversations among the gentlemen. He was a top contender in the imperial exams that year, and everyone deemed him a perfect match for Princess Wenan. Merchants swarmed around Song Qingsha, prompting Jin Mingshu to criticize their sycophantic behavior. She joined Lu Shuan, who was cheerfully chatting with an elderly man, and advised her not to dwell on such matters. After the tasting began, Jin Mingshu took a liking to a golden goblet and casually remarked that winning it to display in Hualeng Pavilion would be nice. Zisu stepped onto the stage first, and Song Qingsha matched his poetic verse. Lu Shuan, however, paid no heed to such superficial accolades. Jin Mingshu urged him to step forward and stand up for scholars of humble backgrounds. Hearing this, Lu Shuan took the stage, showcasing his brilliance to the point where even Song Qingsha could not match his couplets. Lu Shuan won the day, selecting the elderly man's wine. Song Qingsha was delighted to see him display his talent. Lu Shuan gifted the golden goblet to Jin Mingshu, telling her to take it back to Hualeng Pavilion. Jin Mingshu was led to a private room by Princess Wenan's maid, where she observed Zisu and the princess interacting intimately yet properly. Zizu's flawless demeanor seemed too perfect to be genuine, yet Princess Wenan had investigated for over half a year without finding any flaws though. She had not looked into the academy. Lu Shuan was coaxed into drinking several cups of wine and was drunkenly escorted back to the academy by Song Qingsha, muttering about taking Jin Mingshu home. Spotting the bamboo on Song Qingshao's sleeve again, Lu Shuan somehow mustered the strength to tear it off and clutch it to his chest, repeatedly declaring it as his own. Jin Mingshu decided to infiltrate the academy to investigate Zisu. To avoid troubling Lu Shuan, she approached Song Qingsha and proposed becoming his attendant, a request he agreed to without hesitation. Disguised as Song Qingshao's attendant, Jin Mingshu entered the academy. Song Qingsha even gifted her a jewelry catalog, prompting her to marvel at his unparalleled kindness and thoughtfulness. When Song Qingshao's hand accidentally brushed against Jin Mingshu's, she found herself distracted during lessons, replaying the moment in her mind. After class, Jin Mingshi trialed Zisu and saw him selling books, though nothing about them seemed unusual. As soon as Zisu left, Lu Shuai arrived, forcing Jin Mingshi to hastily hide with the books in her arms.